Hi out there, everyone. This is Chris with a company to be named later, and we're going to do a little keychain today. Sean from BoardParacord.com the other day released, I believe he called it his GearWheel key fob. And inside that video, he had made mention that this would be a lot easier to use with a JIG. First time we made it, we used the JIG, and I have to agree with him, it was a heck of a lot simpler. So what we're going to do is show you how to do that. For this neat little project, of course, you're going to need a JIG. You're going to need at least, 6 feet of paracord with 2 different colors, to make it a little bit stand out. Fuse them right in the center, like you usually do. For this one, we use breast cancer and black, seeing how, last month was Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're using up some scraps. The next thing is a 10-inch piece of cord. Make sure you fuse it right in the center to form a circle. Gonna need a thimble. Sean sells them on BoardParacord.com, or you can find them in like Walmart's or some local stores. You'll need a split ring for the end.
Mama.
Yes. You hear my little one in the background. We have our shop minion in the area today, so if you hear Mickey's Clubhouse in the background, please forgive us. We have to keep the monsters happy. You're also gonna need some fids for the end. Lighter. Pair of scissors. Alright, let's get this thing started. From the last one we did, we figured out that's about the length you're going to need to set your jig at about 4 1/4 inches. But the easier way to do it is just get your rope around your thimble, your cord around your thimble. And the best thing about like Mr. Coop's jigs, they are adjustable and they have those little nails in there. So what we did was just go from one end to the other. Excuse me, it's actually a little bit less. We had to pull it out quite a bit. So forgive me. So as you can see, it sits on there and takes the ease and strain off of your hands. And forgive me for the lighting, we're in a different area today. And I'm trying to do this a little different as we go. Now, to get this guy started, you get your cord. And you pretty much get it centered right there on the thimble itself.
Mama.
I love my daughter. Okay, so we've got it centered there. You take your one color, basically goes all the way up to the top, get it out of the way for now. Now, with the black, this is the best thing about these things. It just comes basically under, over, and around. And all you're going to do with your other color is every time that black cord goes across the center, that cord is going to cross it. You're going to bring this cord, the black cord, under. Now because center cord got crossed, I should say this middle color got crossed, you bring your middle color up. Take your black color right back across. And what I like to do is I tighten as I go. I mean, Sean has a step later on where it will, help tighten it up down towards the bottom. I like to keep it pretty taut as I go, and the jig will help you do that. And you should start to end up with something that looks like this. Sorry. Try to keep your gear lines in a row. It's going to make for a better looking product right at the end. Okay, so we're going to do one more for you. Your cord goes under, comes out to the left side. Now because it crossed, make sure that core color comes right up through. Goes over. Make sure the other color goes right back under. just keep tightening as you go. It's going to want to twist on you a little because basically you're not doing any knots whatsoever in this key fob. It is all just twists and turns, twists and turns. We'll do one more, and then we're going to catch up with you on the end and show you how to finish this guy up. Take that color around. Bring your middle color up and out. Bring the black over. Always make sure to tighten as you go. And there it goes down. Alright guys, I'll catch up with you here in a little bit. Okay guys, hopefully you can see I've got it down towards the end of the jig right now. It's gone from its nail up here basically to down here. Now granted, you could probably pop some fids on and start working them through here and suffer with, you know, pulling this or pulling that. But what I like to do, just remove it from your jig. And this is where your fids are going to come into play. Now you notice I didn't go into a lot of do this or, you know, try that better or try here better. Because honestly, Sean did a wonderful job with his tutorial. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say I saw this in a bracelet from Weavers of Eternity on YouTube. So I know you can do this into a strap as well. I just hadn't tried it. Thought Sean's idea looked amazing. Okay, so now I got the fids on. And just continue on. Just remember, keep pulling tight. Keep pulling tight. What I found when you're using the jig, Sean had a step at the very end where he went through with his fid and he basically pulled the slack out of this whole line. Now when you're using a jig, it eliminates that step because you can pull it tight as you go. You don't need to worry about, well, as you can see, when you're holding it like this, making sure that you're pulling everything tight and you have a lot of slack. Using the jig really helps eliminate that. Now I know Sean did a vastly different step at the end, but after experimentation with this one, all I did was get it. Okay guys, sorry about that. It appears that I ran out of stuff there, so forgive me for not wanting to reshoot the snipping and singeing. So when I got down here to the end, basically all I did was pull it as tight as possible, snip one end, singe it, seal her up as flat as I could using the back of my scissors, flipped it over, did the other end as well, snipped and singed it there. Now, Sean in the very beginning put his split ring on before he even started tying. All I did at the very end was just open it up, place it on there myself. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Pretty simple to do. Took me maybe 10 minutes tops. And this is, you know, my second one. So, any questions, go ahead and drop your little comments down below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Best thing I can't recall if I said it a moment ago, when you're using a jig, Sean had a second step, well I should say a finishing step, where he took his fid and basically down through here he was pulling the slack out of, you know, your secondary color. When you're using a jig, you don't need to worry about that. What will happen is while you're tightening and pulling and tightening and pulling, you're pulling the slack out and you have the jig to hold it in place. That way you're not running into that issue. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is Chris with a company to be named later. Very couple easy items. 6 feet of cord, 10 inches, 2 fids, pair of scissors, a jig, and a butane lighter. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.